everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Way of the Pizza Chef monk build in Baldur's Gate 3. This is my second subclass mod here, available on both Nexus mods and mod.io. Definitely recommend you check this out because it's a lot of fun. It comes with the first ever pizza summon, which is actually an inanimate object made into a summon, which is hilarious, but they also come with their own different attacks here. They got a pizza bolt attack. We got a few different types of summons, and also we can create some smoke powder pizzas, which we're going to throw. They function similar to smoke powder grenades, and we can also heal our team with some healing pizzas as well. This does a bit of everything, and I kept it balanced. It's a little bit weaker than the open hand monk with the rogue thief in terms of its overall damage output, but it's really fun, and I made it versatile so you can use a lot of different things in combat. You got the flower dusted fist here at level 3, which lets you do an attack without having to make yourself not have a weapon in your main hand. So this can punch while you're holding a sword. It also comes with Serve the Slice here, which gives you the final slice weapon here, which is a pizza with a bit of extra damage on top of it. And yeah, a lot of cool pizza themed stuff here. And one of my favorites as well, the dough elementals here, which can give you these summons. I also want to say a big thank you to Incognito Burrito for helping getting the pizza summons to work and that pizza weapon there. So this was a huge journey, and also Sumer and Dagnov helped out with this. So yeah, order now on Heroes Feast. And so for starting off at level 1, we're just going to obviously be taking the monk here. And with a stat spread, I like to go with dexterity at 16, 14 constitution, and 16 wisdom, although you can swap your wisdom and constitution scores. Now, there is Tavern Brawler built into this build, so you have more freedom to take like an ability score improvement on another stat here. But obviously, with Tavern Brawler, strength potions are the way to go. But you can also use the Club of Hill Giant Strength with a pizza weapon in your main hand. So there's lots of options if you don't want to. But it's also pretty powerful if you just go with a dexterity-based build. Level 2 gives us our bonus action abilities there, which are great. But it's level 3 when we get to take the subclass, the Way of the Pizza Chef. So here we get our Flower Dusted Fist, which is a attack that, again, it's going to add our proficiency bonus in fire damage, which is not a lot, 2 points at this level, and at level 20 it's only 6 points of extra damage. It makes targets attack you. Typically this doesn't work 100% accurately, but it's going to make them more likely to attack you. I thought that was a nice change. You got their flower on their body, but with this it means that you can attack and have like a quarterstaff in your main hand. I also have the Sauce of the Scorching Slice here, which is similar to your Flames of the Fire Snake, which lets you attack from range. I gotta say, it looks really cool. We have 2 fire pizza weapons going because they can actually shoot this. It looks awesome. It's funny because there's animations for it in the game that just don't get used because it's not typical that you dual wield longswords as a monk. But we also get the Smoke Powder Pizza here, which uses a key point to give yourself 3 pizzas that explode, similar to a Smoke Powder Bomb. And then also the Summon Pizza Elemental. There's a greater version of this later on, and then a triple version once we get to level 15. This uses a key point, but it's a ritual spell, so that if you cast it outside of combat, it doesn't eat up your it doesn't eat up your key point. And on odd levels, you're able to select a Path of the Balanced Slice passive here. So these will garnish your unarmed strikes served hot. You got things like your mozzarella punch, pepperoni punch, the jalapeno acid damage, the ham, green pepper, oregano, salami, onion, and beef. I was considering maybe adding more types maybe in the future. Someone asked for pineapple, maybe another radiant damage in the future. You'll notice that all the colors are included here except for the blue, lightning, and cold damage. I just went with ones that kind of represented pizza. We'll go with mozzarella punch here because radiant damage is nice. Also, one thing to mention, this build does come with medium armor proficiency. I know rogues aren't, or monks aren't typically supposed to get that, and same thing with shields, but I wanted to make it so that you could build however you wanted. So if you wanted to use radiating orb gear and do cheesy punches, who might have said no? But at level 4, the reason I gave Tavern Brawler is it just opens things up because we only get a few feats in this game, and Tavern Brawler will likely be one you wanted to select. This lets you then take a strength point to take it up higher. I like the alert feat. Going first to beat up people with pizza is always good in my books. Level 5 gives us our extra attack, our stunning strikes, which is really nice here. And then we also get another Path of the Balanced Slice. I'm going to go with jalapeno here. I like jalapenos, first topping I'm picking. Level 6 gives us our manifestations. We got 4 of them. They're similar to some of the other damage types. It's kind of like the open hand monk, but with not as great damage options, I guess. We got the marinara one, which is going to give us, basically it's a 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier. So this is fire damage, mozzarella for radiant, pepperoni for force, and oregano for necrotic. This is a passive, so you're going to drag it onto your bar and equip it and use it. We also got the healing pizzas here, which will give you 3. Basically, it's a potion, so you can throw it if you want to throw the pizza. It looks like a pizza too, and it'll heal you. And then we also got our dough elemental at this level, which I showed off just briefly at the start there. I really like the dough elemental. It has the same cheese wheel attack that you get if you get turned into a cheese wheel, just made it look like a piece of bread here. I thought it was pretty funny. So yeah, level 7, however, we get our evasion, which is great. Take half less damage from dexterity save spells. And we get served the slice, which lets you call upon your mastery to make a legendary weapon capable of saving the world. We'll then go ahead and take Pepperoni Punch for our next passive here. Once we get to level 8, another key point and a feat. You can use Savage Attack if you like melee attacking more, but we're going to go with a increase to our dexterity here. I also like Lucky. Lucky's not a bad feat option either. This will give you some luck points. Level 9 gives us the Greater Pizza Elemental here, so this is a more powered up version of the pizza. And then we also get our unarmed terrain, does not slow us down. And we get to take another one of these, which Hand Punch is good. It's the only kind that's easy to double in damage. If you have the Resonant Stone, that's 2 points, actually, instead of 1. Pretty great. Level 10 gives us Purity of Body. It's good. Immunity to poison. Level 11 gives us another Path of the Balanced Slice with a Green Pepper Punch or Oregano Punch, so your kind of preference here. And then as we proceed to level 12, we're going to get Kneadrik Embercrust. So I created this dwarf as this is the avatar of the legendary pizza chef. So fun fact about him, I actually based him off of Rovir, who's in Act 3, and it's a character that's actually a reference to Baldur's Gate 1's Rovir, who you see at the very start of the game. It actually, whenever I was making this mod, I was looking through the files of this character, and I actually seen the files that they actually say that he is a direct descendant from that character in Baldur's Gate 1, so I thought that was cool, and I wanted to share it because it's literally in the game's code. But we also get the Pizza Chef's Feast. This is 3 key points, and it lets you give yourself basically Hero's Feast for the entire team. It's pretty good. And we'll go with a dexterity increase for our final choice there. Now, I will do a level 20 build of this in the future, but we'll just stick for 12 right now as I released this yesterday. And I'm also wearing the Blacksmith Apron 1D here. This is from Basket Full of Equipment, safe for work. I also want to quickly mention this mod here for a Pizza Shield. This is from the Pizza Time mod by Carter1Bot. And there's a few different versions. It just looks hilarious. And as far as gear goes, I'm not going to go super in depth. The Haste Helmet or Mask of Soul Perception will be great for a helmet selection. We can go with the Vivacious. I guess Vivacious Glow is not some super ideal here, but the I guess a good one to go with is a Cloak of Protection or go with the Deathstalker Mantle. Also got the Vest of Soul Rejuvenation, which is one of the best for unarmed attacks because it gives us a reaction. Anytime you can weaponize a reaction, that's great. The Gloves of Soul Catching will still be great here, adding additional force damage. It's pretty crazy because, yeah, that's going to be a lot of extra damage on top of that. It also can give us additional healing. I have the Boots of Stormy Clamor as well from Act 1 because the Flower Dusted Fist will actually apply a condition on the enemy, which will proc this. Pretty nice. I also got the Amulet of Greater Health for more health, Crusher's Ring for extra movement speed, and then I also have the Ring of Protection there, the Hellrider Longbow for the +3 to initiative, and then we got the Final Slice here, which does fire damage, acid, psychic, radiant, and force. And what's great about this is the animations on this look amazing when we're using this attack here. So you can see pretty cool stuff. You attack from that. They also give you a +1 bonus to unarmed attack rolls and damage. And when we're not wearing armor, we get a bonus +2 to saving throws, which is great for just keeping ourselves safe. So here is the Dough Elemental that we can summon in here. It's got, I love the animations for it because it rolls around like a cheese wheel. It also has the cheesy smell here, which can make the enemy not be able to do its attacks. And it can do a firebolt attack, so it can actually do a melee, a little attack there. And it's got a melee, all with its own animations, kind of cool. Then we also got the Greater Pizza Elemental too, once we get to a higher level here. Pizza, same deal, it flies around, it also has fire damage. When you go to higher levels, level 14 lets you take either 3 pizzas or 3 of the Dough Elementals, and it also has an upgraded version of the Firebolt. And then finally we got Kneadrik Embercrust, which is the level 12 capstone. This is the one I'll be using for this video. 163 health. He also has the pizza weapons too, so he's got that extra damage there. Pretty strong. And then we can then pop Pizza Chef Feast here, which will take his health up a little bit higher. And we didn't get lucky. This was actually the inspiration for this because there's pizza that'll appear in Hero's Feast, and I wanted a lore-appropriate reason for why there's pizza in Hero's Feast. And don't forget to activate your manifestation for a bit more damage. Now you can see we're approaching 96 damage there, which is pretty good, but this isn't actually as strong as the Rogue Thief mixed with it, because that's 2 bonus actions. You can get that past 100 damage there. And the Open Hand Monk can get 3 bonus actions for crazy damage output. And these pizza weapons look awesome to use in combat. So we got the Sauce of the Scorching Slice here, which is nice, because this gives us a ranged version of our attack, so we can stay relatively in one spot. And this will also apply reverberation on the enemy, which is kind of nice. So this is good just for being able to hit targets from range. If you can't get into actually attacking a target for some reason, you can hit them with that. I also like the Flower Dusted Fist here, which gives us an attack. What's great about this attack, though, is that it doesn't have a cost. It's meant so that we can use a melee weapon and also do an unarmed strike. We rolled a 47. Pretty nuts. I have a strength potion active, so that's why our attack rolls are so high. I still have one more attack here to do. I can't walk too close to this target here, so what I'm going to do is use the sauce of the scorching slice here and attack with that from range and give ourselves that free crit. Boom, scorching them to death. And now we got our bonus action actually powered up here. We also have offhand attacks, although those obviously aren't the most powerful. We're going to use the flurry of blows, which I shouldn't have attacked this guy at the start because this is going to be more than enough to take him out there. Pretty crazy. I also have Kneadrik here as one, and we also have throwable pizzas. So these are good early game because with the throwable pizza, you basically have a smoke powder bomb you can throw like that. The damage isn't very high later on in the game, but it's pretty fun while you have it because, yeah, you can do that throwing attack, and if you have a build set up to do bonus action attacks, you can do that as well. But then you also got your slice of life here. That's the healing pizza, which are a bonus action, kind of like a healing potion, so it's kind of nice in that regard. And the best part about it is you get the redirect missiles. You can see it there. We did extra damage equal to our unarmed damage. Pretty crazy. We got our Kneadrik Embercrust here. Now, he's great because he's a summon that can just run into places. I think he looks hilarious with the animations there. And yeah, he does pretty respectable damage. We were able to incinerate that target there, which is great. He also gets an extra attack because I made him function like he's a warlock pet. So yeah, you can get in there and actually attack and do some decent damage, but he's not like crazy overpowered by any means. He doesn't have the highest modifiers to hit. And anytime that we don't know the range of our attacks, we may as well use the strike there. This actually will empower our next attack and give it an additional fire damage, so you can get your attacks actually doing pretty crazy damage. We're luckily able to still hit that target there from range. I can't run back there and hit them, unfortunately, so we're going to have to just call her here. But you can really throw anything with this setup because we have Tavern Brawler, and with the Strength Potion, that makes even like any type of weapon you got there pretty powerful. And I actually made the weapon, so if you wanted to throw the weapons, I don't have them returning, but you can basically make it so that you can throw more of these pizza weapons and use those as a throwable to take enemies out just like that. So yeah, that is the way of the pizza chef monk in Baldur's Gate 3. Again, available on mod.io, in-game mod manager, or if you want to download it from Nexus, please like it, endorse it, show your support. I appreciate everything here. I have my next subclass mod that I am working on, so you can stay tuned for that. And yeah, order on Heroes Feast.